Yeah, we live. Clap it up right here. This is Power, presenting opportunities where everyone rises. We come together on the second and fourth Wednesday of every month. Thank you, Phil. That sounds good. The second and fourth Wednesday of every month you can find us here from 12 to 2 p.m. If you have been watching online for 3 years, what is really going on? We would really like to see you in the audience. Clap it up for our online audience right there. Give it up for the Joyce Foundation, for United Way Metro, for Northwestern Medicine, for U Chicago Hospital, for Cigna, and for Bright Star Community Outreach. Hey, coming at you live from 735 East 44th Street, Bright Star Church. If you would like to go on and log on and share with your friends, you can do that by going to brightstarcommunityoutreach.com. You can go on our Facebook and our YouTube pages. If you would like to donate, if you like what you see here, not only this program, but across the board, we have a QR code on our website that will allow you to do that. And when our cameraman gets back, I'm going to have him zoom in on that for a few minutes, because it may be somebody here that wants to donate, but they're not in the building. So we're going to zoom in on that right there. We're going to zoom right there. Let me take my finger out. Because I believe it's somebody at home like, I wonder how I can help them keep this going, because this has encouraged me. So right here at that QR code, get your phone out, click it right there, and donate. We really would appreciate it. Clap your hands, everybody. All right. All right. We're going with Destiny first. Who want to play bingo? All right. So bingo is coming at you. Where's Destiny at? Where is Destiny? Clap it up. Maybe she'll come out. I know she's around here somewhere. She is working hard. She is one of my colleagues who is nonstop for Bright Star Community Outreach. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about Destiny. She puts this bingo section together just for y'all. She said, you know what? I got to get on here and get these bingos ready for Power. And I really want them to know and understand and be clear when they have their cards. And we talked about this front table just a few minutes ago. So we're going to ask the front table if you would please pay attention. Thank you. All right. So Destiny, if you will clap it up, Destiny will come forward. I don't know where she went. She went where? Oh, she went to get some more chips. Okay. She want to make sure you have enough chips. All right. Who used to play with pennies? Who used to do that? All right. So if you have some pennies, get your pennies out, and some paper clips, bottle caps, all of that. Give it up for Christian. He hates this. Okay. All right. So as she prepares for bingo, we're going to let you see some of our programming. We're going to show you a video as she prepares. I'm sorry, Destiny. I didn't mean to rush you. So let's see what kind of work is going on in Greater Bronzeville. We'll be right back.
At the heart of our community, the Health and Wellness Department at Bright Star Community Outreach is making a lasting impact. Through community conversations and collaborations, we're addressing critical social determinants of health, such as access to health care, advocacy, and preventive care, to empower residents and to improve their overall well-being. Our COVID-19 relief efforts have been significant, with over 15,000 vaccines administered and 250 residents enrolled in the NIH Recover Study on long COVID. We're co-authoring research with the NIH and co-hosting a long COVID summit with leading experts from the Chicago Department of Public Health, Harvard, and other institutions. At BSCO, culturally competent health education is a cornerstone of our outreach. Our Clergy and Clinician series, in partnership with Northwestern Medicine, has reached over 100,000 viewers, addressing disparities in COVID-19, heart disease, mental health, and more. Our work is data-driven and evidence-based, aiming to close Chicago's life expectancy gap by addressing chronic diseases, mental health, and violence. With over 900 health assessments completed, our initiatives such as Ignite Your Health and the Think Pink Women's Health Initiative are empowering community members with impactful lifestyle changes. And guess what? Our work, it is published. Our violence prevention efforts, featured in the Journal of Preventive Science, has led to a 14% reduction in robberies, a 10% drop in aggravated assaults, and a 17% decrease in shootings in our area. For over a decade, Northwestern Medicine and UChicago Medicine have been significant partners in this work, providing legal, financial, and structural support, and even placing their executives on our board. We are also proud of our partnership with St. Bernard Hospital. Additionally, Bright Star Community Outreach is at the forefront of community-based research projects with institutions such as the University of Illinois Chicago and Rush Hospital. At Bright Star Community Outreach, we're not just talking about change, we're making it happen. So join us in creating a healthier, safer community for all.
Up one more time. Clap it up for Bright Star Community Outreach. Having everything you need right in our community.
Woo.
I got Destiny here, y'all.
Woo!
Come on up, Destiny.
I hear it. Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey.
Ready to play bingo?
Y'all ready to win?
All right, right before we do, I do have something here.
Yep.
Something just came across my table here that she brought up. What's going on? What's coming up?
So, you know, Friday, we have Think Pink.
Think Pink's coming up again?
Yes, I put flyers on the tables. Yes. So this is the last part of our series, Matters of the Heart, Beautiful Lives, Balanced Lives, and Bold Moves.
All right.
This is the last one.
Okay.
So we are going to have a speaker by the name of Pamela Dukes.
Okay.
She was here, I believe, last year. She had the tie on. It was like the...
the nice tie.
Yeah, the nice tie. Yes.
I remember that.
So she will be speaking, and we also will be doing a DIY hand scrub with absolutely anything essentials. So she will be here to show you all how to make your own hand scrub.
Wait a minute. We're going to have a demonstration of a DIY. You know, you might have to say what DIY.
Do it yourself.
Do it yourself.
Yes.
So we'll be able to make our own hand
scrubs?
Yes,
and you get to decorate the bottle as well.
And decorate the bottle?
Yeah.
Oh, I want mine
and
to be pink.
you get to take it home because it's yours.
I want mine to be pink.
So that is what we'll be having. And of course, you know, Joni's going to moderate for us.
Oh, no problem.
Yes.
No
it's
problem.
It's going to feel like power. You know it is because of her. So, yes, I hope you all join us. If you do come, we ask to wear, for the ladies to wear pink or red, just so we can all, you know, be unified together.
Okay. Now, what time does it start on Friday?
Oh, yes. It starts at 6. Ends usually around like 7:30, and it will be in here, of course.
Okay.
So, yes.
How many people, I'm wondering, have ever been here to a Think Pink? Did you enjoy yourself?
Yes.
It's not enough hands, Destiny.
It ain't enough hands. I hope it's more hands on the next power when we ask, was they at Think Pink?
Yeah.
We hope so.
Well, is it too late to register?
It's not too late to register. Not at all. Just go to the website, Bright Star Community Outreach. Go to the events tab, and it should say, I think, June Think Pink.
Okay.
I think that's what it says. So,
All right. Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
I have to see if I can find me some pink shorts.
No, not pink shorts.
Where you at? Was it that funny?
Pink shorts?
I just said pink shorts.
How short the shorts gonna be?
I mean shorts.
Shorts.
Oh, no.
Yes, mother, tell your knees. That's
I ain't wearing no shorts to the knee now, Mother Harrington. No, I might as well wear pants. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Let's get bingo started. Y'all ready?
Come on, clap your hands for bingo, everybody. I ain't wearing no shorts. I ain't wearing no Daisy Dukes, neither. I don't know what's so funny. Why is it? I don't understand what you're laughing about. Just come on.
The first one, you don't have a board?
Okay. You just got here? Okay, we'll get you one. We'll
Can
get
you
you
go
one.
to the front? Miss Elise has a board. But it should have been to the right of you. I put them all to the right of you.
Okay, we'll take care of it, Miss Olivia. We got you. Clap it up right here. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to speak up when you don't have what you need. All right, and we are here to service you. Bright Star Community Outreach.
Oh, you should do a commercial just like that. Say it
We
again.
got what you need.
Yeah.
Hey.
I like that song. Christian,
got what you need.
produce this song for her, please. Everybody ready now? Everybody got a board?
We good, Miss
Okay.
Olivia?
Okay.
All right.
The first one is 029. 029. Okay. What about W35? W35? Next is R72. R72. Oh, we coming, yes. 025. Y'all got that? No, it's a little quiet. Oh, mother might get this. I'm calling all her numbers. Next is E60. 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 Now we got W36. W36.
Who got the winning board today? Let me see. Where you at? All right, we're going to see.
R70. R70. Oh, they say they ain't got nothing. What about R65? Was that on the board? Yeah. This table saying, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to help y'all with this one. 027. I heard oohs over there. I just can't satisfy this table right here. Let me see. Let's see. I might call this one R63. Ooh, we did it. R63. I'm not going to forget you. You know how to. 019. 019. I'm calling all the R's and O's. Let's shake it. Ooh, what's this one? Ooh. All right. E57. E57. Oh. What about 017? I know that's on there. 017. I hear a lot of no's. I thought I had it. The one, you got this one though. R66. Yeah. Oh, you got two now? Come on, I did that for you. P14. P14. Oh, see, you just have to develop. W33. W33. P1. P1. I like that. P1. R64. R64. Y'all should win off these R's. No? No? It's a little quiet. They said no. W39. W39. Now I'm talking. There we go. W34. W34. Come on. Now we got P2. P2.
Oh, we getting closer. I see somebody.
028. 028. That was good. I like that. Okay. P15. P15. Maybe this is a get back for y'all doing bingo without me on Saturday. They did bingo without me Saturday.
They did bingo without you?
Yeah.
You know that don't.
CJ was the caller, so I'll let them have it.
You know that don't work. It got to be you.
E58. E58. Oh, bingo. Power.
Bingo. All right, clap it up. Let's see. We're going to verify it and see what's going on. We don't want to move on until we verify, because if he actually did not get it, we're going to keep on rolling. All right? Y'all enjoying yourselves? Did you like and share today's program on Facebook and YouTube. Please do that. Give us a like and share it. Let other people know what's going on in here. I do have a special guest here for you today, and it was at your request that our friend Mr. BJ is here. He is going to talk to us today in just a few moments about conflict resolution. Did y'all hear what I said? Oh, y'all want to stay in the mess? Y'all want to stay in the conflict? Let me say it again. Mr. BJ is here to talk to us about conflict resolution. Let's clap our hands. Okay, clap it up. He did win. All right. Yes, Wakenda is going to help you go further. So without any further ado, as my mother would say, we have our guest here who is going to talk to us about conflict resolution. All right? So we're going to have him come forward and introduce himself before we go any further. Mr. BJ, would you come on up? Clap it up right here. How you doing today?
Doing great.
Good. Come on and have a seat. We'll sit down and talk about it.
Yeah, good to see all these beautiful people here.
Aren't they beautiful?
They are indeed.
Clap it up for yourself. He called y'all beautiful. Could we start by you introducing yourself and your life's work, or however you want to talk about that, Mr. BJ?
Yeah, so I'm BJ Thomas. I'm a professional life coach on one side, and I also do fitness equipment sales. I'm a certified hypnotist, clinical hypnotist.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and I have been with Toastmasters about 3 years or so.
Okay.
So I did that in order to become better at public speaking. And I'm on a course to complete some work with them.
Okay.
I've been life coaching now formally for probably about 3 years now. Mm-hmm. But before that, it seemed like everybody wanted to come to me with their problems.
Oh.
And so it was, ever since I was a kid,
Yeah.
people would come to me and be very intimate about what problems they were having, and like I was going to give them an answer. I was a kid, you know.
Wow.
But they knew that they could trust me. There was something about the relationship that I had with other people that they felt like they could trust me.
Okay.
And I found this carried over into my work as a life coach. And
That's awesome.
Ultimately what I want to do the rest of my life. I am 75, July 6th.
Oh, come on here, Mr. BJ.
More power to the elderly.
I don't see no ring either, y'all.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. BJ. You got to
Yeah.
watch these people in here, though. You got to watch these ladies.
Okay.
I might have to have somebody walk you to the car.
Yeah.
So let's go back to what you said about from a child, people would share intimate details about their life or situation with you, and you had no idea that this would be your life's work as you got older.
Had no idea whatsoever.
Wow.
I came up in the church ever since I was very young. My mother and father were church officers.
Okay.
And so I had and we were at church 6 days a week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, if we weren't holding service at our house or my aunt's house, we were downtown at Holy Trinity.
Okay.
So it's been a while, and I've learned to appreciate people for who they are. I don't, and it's a very important thing to say, as a life coach, I'm not judgmental about people. Whatever they have going on in their life is what they have going on in their life.
Yeah.
And as a life coach, I'm not a therapist or a counselor or anything like that. I do give them the ability to find the answers in their own heart and soul and mind.
So you just turn the light on their own soul and let them see what's already there? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and it usually emerges.
Okay. Okay.
And they are very happy with that because I didn't tell them what to do. Okay, so as you know, when somebody's trying to tell you what to do, you can run into a lot of resistance with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you are helping people to illuminate the answer they already have within, I think everybody has the answer to almost every problem they have in their own heart and soul and mind, but they can't see it.
Can't see
Yeah.
it.
So as you said, it's kind of like shining a light in there,
Yeah.
and it kind of bubbles up to the surface and emerges, and it's one of those aha moments. It works out really well, and I'm going to continue this for the rest of my life, I expect.
I like it. So
Yeah.
you're here today to talk to us about conflict resolution.
Right.
What is a good definition of conflict? What is that? Can you hold your mic just a little closer?
Sure, yeah. So conflict is usually a difference of opinion between two people or between a person and the organization they're with. It is a lot of times it's based on a person's experience in life. If somebody's doing something different than what they're familiar with doing, that may cause conflict. In a home, it may be a power struggle between kids and their parents and things like that.
Okay.
But it's basically a difference of opinion or how to do things in a particular way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a difference between how we experience and react to conflict in our family as opposed to conflict in our workplace? Is there a difference?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of difference, but there's more similarities than differences because you have in the workplace you have certain dynamics, and in the home you have certain dynamics.
True.
So if there's a conflict between a spouse, one spouse and another, or between a spouse and their children about discipline in the home, rules in the home that have to be followed, etc. Spending between spouses. Some spouses like to spend money, and others are very conservative sometimes in a relationship. So if there's a difference there, you have those dynamics going on. At work, it's a little bit different because you work for a company, and they have rules and regulations you have to follow, but then they have a hierarchy of management.
Yeah.
So if you're working for a company and you're working at a lower level of management or just as an employee, there can be an issue. Everybody's been there. We all came up. So, a little controversy.
Back to conflict resolution. Thank you, Cheeks.
Yeah, right? Yeah, so the things that happen within the family, there are a lot of different things that could go on there. The way kids, I shouldn't say kids, I think that's maybe considered derogatory. Young people,
Okay.
where they're in a society where most of us, we only see the fringe of.
Yeah.
And so when they bring the values that they learned out there into the home, and they hear their folks talking about this, their peers, and my God, what about social networks?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that parents don't even know are going on.
So true.
So there are a lot of dynamics there that we don't even know how to handle because a lot of times it's so foreign to us, the way they think.
Let me ask you a question about that because you're saying it's foreign to a parent about what a child may be going through. But who is the onus on? Is it on the child or is it on the adult?
Well, I think that some of the burden has to be borne by both parties.
Okay.
But the adult, because we're operating from a point or a vantage point of greater wisdom and experience in life. So we know a lot of the things that they're running into
Yeah.
may not be the best path for them to follow.
Right.
However, that to them, they're oblivious of that. They can't see that.
Right.
So it's the parent's obligation, I believe, to really look at that situation and try to understand the behavior that the child is bringing home and the conflict that it's causing, and not just react emotionally, but they have to really step off, take like a 30,000-foot view of what's happening down there and try to find out what's behind the behavior. If they can do that, there's a good chance that they're going to be a person their child can look to, not as a supervisor or somebody who's dominant in the family, but rather someone who's a mentor to them.
Yeah.
But they have to take the time to understand.
Yeah, I think personally, I think there is a way to resolve it or come to a place where you understand. You may not agree with it,
Right.
but you understand where they're coming from
Spot
as the
on.
parent and as the child.
Yeah,
come to a
absolutely.
place where, okay, I don't like what you're into.
Right.
I'm going to do my part to try to understand what it is you're going through.
Yep.
To do that without judging that's a skill. That's a skill in the home and in the workplace also.
For sure.
Because you can kind of get away from your workplace. If somebody gets on your nerves, you can just go to your office or go to your corner of the world and just stay there for the rest of the day. You can't do that so much at home.
No, that could be a problem. But if the kids are not feeling comfortable at home, where are they going to go?
Right.
They're going to be out in the street with their friends,
Yeah.
But I know a lot of parents, and believe me, I came up in my home was my way or the highway. Okay, so
That's right.
So you want to do something that I don't like, wait until your daddy gets home. You got a razor strap waiting for you, And most of you probably know what a razor strap is.
Yeah,
but
I'm sorry.
It's so, and, if we did to our children what my parents did to me, they'd be in court. They'd probably be in jail.
Absolutely.
I'm just facting it out. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah.
Yes.
My mother used to make me go out and get a switch.
Yes, Lord.
And if it wasn't big enough, she'd say, no.
Sent you right on back then.
That's right, send you back.
Sent you right back out
The
there.
only thing I'm getting at is that real quick, to kind of wrap this up about the family situation, is that it's a whole new paradigm now.
Yeah.
People have to look at things from a whole different point of view, and the more we can kind of empathize, not sympathize, but empathize or feel what their children are feeling, that's a formula for success in the family. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what are some good ways we can recognize potential conflict and act preemptively or before to prepare and avoid or engage in a more self-controlled manner? How can we do this? Like we see it coming. How do we?
Yeah.
What do we do?
So sometimes I think it may be kind of easier to plan things out at work. For example, I had a situation where I have my boss. I manage a store, but I've got a district manager and all that. And, I made a mistake, and he, and I know his MO. I know his method of operation. Now, if I know I made a mistake, I know what's going to happen. He's going to call me. So the first couple of times that happened, I was like caught off guard, pushed up against the wall, eviscerated basically, But after a couple of times, I started thinking, okay, I made a mistake. I know what's going to happen now. And when he called me up and started going off on me, I said, hey, I understand. Let me give you a call back in about a half hour or so. I just have a customer here I got to take care of.
Yeah.
Now, that might seem like it's avoiding, but what I was trying to do is give some space so that I could get myself together because I was starting to react emotionally. And for him, maybe he's going to calm down a bit, So I guess it's kind of deflecting or putting things off. It actually is a tool you can use in order to give yourself some breathing room. I do a lot of meditation. I hope everybody is aware of what you can get from that, but it allows you to calm down more quickly when you get into an emotional situation. And also, I try to look at it from his perspective as, if there's a conflict in the family, you want to see your spouse's perspective or your kids. And looking at somebody's from somebody else's perspective, it's kind of like the old expression is walking a mile in somebody else's shoes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you could just get a little bit of insight from doing something like that, that's going to help you to be less emotional about a situation. And actually, when you talk to that person, your conversation might be totally different.
Yeah.
You know, not reactive.
Sometimes you
Yeah.
need that little bit of room.
Yeah, absolutely.
You do.
Yeah.
You need the room because you don't know what. I mean, in your mind, it's like it wasn't that bad. Why are
Right.
they flipping out? It really
Yeah.
wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But you don't know what kind of day that person had
That's
before
right.
they got to you.
Yeah.
So you give the person grace because there may be a day where you need that same grace that you are
Yeah.
extending.
Yeah.
I have learned to do that over the years because I was one of those type of people that I would meet conflict with conflict. So if you come to me
Right.
and I didn't call
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
yeah, if you come to me in the wrong way and I didn't call you, then I would just rip you up one side and down the other nicely.
Right. Sure. Of course. Yeah.
Nicely.
Yeah.
But it takes work to work on yourself and
Yeah.
not realizing what that individual could have had a flat tire.
Yeah.
They could have had an argument at home.
Yeah.
They could have gotten a bad doctor's report, and maybe that's why they're flipping out on me.
Yeah.
Let me give it
Yeah.
some room and some space, and we'll visit that again. Now, if it's
Yeah.
the same when I come back, then that's a different type of
That's a
conversation.
different conversation, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different conversation, but you
Yeah.
deserve that. I deserve to give you that space
Yeah.
so that
Yeah.
you can kind of get it together, and me
Right.
too.
Yeah.
So is all conflict bad?
You know, something that's a good question because I think a lot of people only think of conflict as being bad, but you know, sometimes conflict can result in things being better afterwards. Because anytime you have
Wow.
conflict with somebody, if you could figure out a resolution to it, work with them,
Yeah.
you know, see their point of view,
Yeah.
have them see your point of view.
Yeah.
After you get through that, you probably have a much better relationship with that person.
Absolutely.
You know, so it can be positive. I mean, unless you're just dealing with somebody who, like you said, I mean, they're off on another planet someplace, and there's nothing you're going to say. But yeah, I think that there is good conflict. Conflict promotes growth in people, in each party, each person, even in organizations.
Yeah.
Some organizations really, they cultivate conflict, and not in a bad way, but they want people to speak their mind. And most of the time, you're going to find that everybody's not going to be agreeable with you. You know, they're not going to agree with your point of view.
No.
But maybe they could give you a point of view that you hadn't seen before. And maybe you could say, if you have an open mind, you know, that kind of makes sense. And sometimes there's a compromise, you know,
Yes.
where both people kind of say, yeah, well, you're making sense over here. You know, you tell them that they're making sense to you. And all of a sudden, you know, you might discover some ideas and ways of doing things that you would have never occurred to you.
That's true.
Yeah.
You just said that conflict promotes growth. That is so
Yeah.
powerful because
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that on so many levels. I'm thinking about plants. I'm thinking about cocoons and butterflies. How that conflict, if you didn't have the conflict, it could never get to the next stage, or the beauty without the conflict. Sometimes you need that in order
Yeah.
for it to be more, your relationship to be more enriched or beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily bad.
Yeah.
And in your notes that I was reading, BJ, you said, what you believe is what you perceive. Can you open that up for us a little bit? Tell us more about that.
Yeah, sure. There are a lot of examples in psychology and other fields too. But if you believe a particular thing, your vision becomes very narrow. You don't see a lot of other things that might be different from what you're looking at. Just a simple example. If, for example, you've seen a car that you like, you're thinking about buying a particular car. When you're driving down the street for the next 2 weeks, you're going to see that car everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, wherever you yeah, there's another Benz over there. You know, it's same thing happens. Yeah, it's a cognitive bias, they call it. So when you have that bias, the reticular activated system, I don't want to go on the weeds here, but RAS
So true.
actually causes you to pay attention to the things that you think about most, you know. And there are many expressions. I think even in the Bible, I don't know what the verse is, but it's basically saying that, you know, you are what you think about all day. If you're thinking negative all day, people will see you as a negative person, you know. If you're thinking joy and happiness,
Yeah.
they're going to see you as a joyous and happy person, you know.
Well, there is a verse that
yeah.
says life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
those that love it will eat the fruit thereof.
Indeed,
So if you
yeah.
love death and
Yeah.
you're eating that all day, death is
Yeah.
what you'll have, a terrible day,
Yeah.
a bad attitude, and conflict.
Mm-hmm.
But if you speak life over your day, that's what you're going to have. You're going to
That's
have
for
life.
sure. Yeah.
You're going to have all of that going on for you if
Yeah.
you choose life and the things that
Right.
pertain to it.
Yeah, Nelson
So,
Mandela
yeah.
had a good saying. I mean, this man was in jail over in South Africa for 27 years.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and he said after he got out, because everybody's saying, don't you want to go and kill these people who imprison you and all this? He says, no. He said, like, holding anger and resentment in your heart is like drinking poison and wish your enemy to die.
Yeah.
It's just not, it doesn't happen, you know. That's something that poisons your own soul and your
So
own
you're
heart.
saying, okay,
Yeah.
now that was good, and I've heard it before,
Yeah.
but I need you to say that to us one more time.
Yeah.
If I hold anger and resentment in my heart, it is like drinking poison and expecting my enemy to die.
That's right. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
There was another expression I like to recall because, see, when I recall these expressions, when I'm in a stressful time, it helps me diffuse that anger
Yes.
and bitterness, you know what I mean? Even people who've done me wrong.
Yeah.
I know that no matter how much I hate on them, no matter how much I wish them ill fortune,
No.
they don't know anything about that usually.
Right.
You know, but I'm carrying around in here, and if you all think about being angry at somebody, I can almost guarantee you'll find that your chest gets tight and your heart starts to malfunction. Okay? What does that other person know about that? Nothing.
No.
They don't know, you know, so who's being hurt? He's like hurting you time and time again.
This is good.
You know, yeah.
This is
Sure,
good.
yeah.
So you came with some tools today. Do you have a few that you could share with us? Like right
Yeah.
now, what are some things that we can do? You talked about poisoning ourselves and expecting our enemy to die.
Yeah.
You talked about our own health taking a hit
Mm-hmm.
when we hold bitterness, anger. So what kind of tools will help us to diffuse it? It's not even worth it. Like, just get rid of it. And
Yeah.
I believe pride gets in the way that keeps us from letting things go.
Yeah, it keeps us-
Pride
yeah.
makes us hold on to something
That's for
that we
sure.
should really let go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
the person
you know.
don't even know.
They don't know.
They don't
you
know. And don't care.
That's true there too. You know.
Yeah.
So I think I mentioned before, but one of the tools I found is very useful is putting yourself in the other person's shoes. Here, I have a quick example for you. That if you're going down the road and somebody's zoomed past you and cut you off quickly, and you know they start pumping their brakes or whatever.
Oh, Lord, don't anything but a driving example.
Okay. So, yeah, so this road rage thing, I mean,
He's still working on me, y'all.
here.
Go ahead,
So
BJ.
if you got upset about that and you maybe want to get around that guy and outrace him and cut him off or whatever, yeah, get aggressive. All right, yeah. So, you know, I heard a story some time ago. It was about this guy who got cut off, road rage. This guy's, you know, it looks like he's just messing with him. And come to find out that because the police stopped him, and it was in the newspaper because the guy was driving so crazy. He actually, his wife was in the hospital, dying.
Oh, wow.
And he was trying to get there any way he could, as fast as he could, you know? So it didn't make any difference to him that he cut you off or cut somebody else off, was
That's
driving
right.
recklessly. That was not his priority. The priority was to get to the hospital before his wife died,
Okay, BJ.
you know? So anytime that happens to me now, I'm like, more power to you, brother. I'm not in that much of a hurry. I'll let him by. I don't care. You know, I mean, another minute
Yeah.
is all I gain. That's nothing. You know, it's compared to maybe getting out of that guy's way made his day for him. You know what I mean? So if you kind of take a step back and walk in another person's shoes, what could be happening? And why assume the negative when you could assume the positive? If you assume the negative, you feel it here. You know, if you assume the positive, you feel it here, but it's totally different, as you know. So, yeah, I think it's very important to use that kind of tool in almost any situation.
Think about
Yeah.
it positively.
Yeah.
Okay, what else you got, BJ? I want to move past that because I'm still working on myself.
We all
don't
a
like
work
that.
in progress, right? Yeah.
What else you got?
So that was one of the tools. The other one is giving yourself space to think and feel. The other one is detaching yourself. I mean, really, even if you're in a high intensity situation,
Okay.
is to kind of look at yourself as a third party. Okay,
Okay.
your person that you're dealing with is over here, and you got all these differences with them. You're over here, and just, you got a conversation, well, an argument or whatever, going back and forth. I found in one situation with my spouse, I'll tell you, I'm twice divorced. I mean,
That's all right. That's
yeah,
all right.
you know,
BJ.
it's just
We're not
it's-
judging you at all. We're not judging. We're not judging you at all.
I learned a lot from the first one and learned a lot more from the second one, okay? So, but yeah, so, I mean, my spouse, we're both pretty smart people. I mean, you know, but we get into these arguments, and we be going back and forth, and all of a sudden, you know, one of us look at the other and start smiling. It's like, what the hell are we doing here? You know, is it really that serious? Is it worth burning all this emotional energy and this physical energy going back and forth and this anger and all that? You know, it's like it's almost like we had a little demon going back and forth between us. You poke her over there.
Yeah.
You come back and poke me over here and poke, and try to wind that thing up. And that's
Yeah.
what you'll find a lot of times. You get angry and argue with somebody, this almost, you get something working in the background, you know? And whatever's working back there is pushing you into more and more anger, pushing you into more and more dissent,
Okay.
pushing you into more and more of that behavior that you really don't want to be a part of anyway.
Right.
So a lot of times, if you back off from that situation and kind of look at it as a third party yourself, you start thinking about, is this really worth it, or is there another approach I could take? Because if you're in anger, your prefrontal cortex shuts down. That
Okay.
portion, the reasoning portion of your brain.
Reason.
And the amygdala takes over. The amygdala is the organ in your brain that's the fight or flight. So if that organ takes over and this organ in the front of the brain shuts down, you can't think clearly. And this over here is telling you, well, I got to get the hell out of here, or else I'm going to punch this
Yeah.
person, you know?
Yeah.
Or I've got to win this situation, you know? It's a win or lose.
Wow.
That is something that's really not productive for anybody.
Right.
You know, that's something that can really be damaging on a short-term and a longer-term basis,
Okay.
either in a family situation or at the office at work. You know, so it really it really is a good idea whenever you can, because once you get triggered,
Ooh.
it's like a rock rolling downhill. You know, it's only going to pick up speed. But if you can stop it early and think about what's going on here in this dynamic. What do I expect to accomplish by winning this argument,
Right.
or them losing, or my losing? What I really have to gain or lose?
Right.
Sometimes it's just like, it's not that important,
Not that important.
you know, and it's not that impactful.
No.
So
No.
you got to just walk away from that situation, you know, and that's something you can, you know, leave behind,
Yeah.
you know. Now, I do have a handout too,
Oh, you brought a handout. Okay.
and there are 4 tools
Okay.
that are easy to remember, that
Okay.
everybody could use, and I guarantee you that those are tools that you'll be able to use in everyday life. They're not something that's you know, all psychological mumble jumble and all that. And they're all broken down into mnemonics so that they're just like a few letters, and each letter represents.
I love that.
You know, so.
And we can put these things on a refrigerator, on our wall at work or something,
Absolutely.
just to keep us in mindfulness.
Yeah, and I think that's something that would really be useful.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, clap it up for BJ, everybody. He said he brought some handouts.
Yeah.
Please stop and see him and make sure you pick one up. I'm definitely gonna. I think I got one. I already have one.
Yeah.
Before we even started.
Pass them out. Yeah.
Because we need to stay.
I'm right over yonder there.
Okay.
So come on by, y'all.
All right, clap it up one more time for BJ Thomas. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
There we go.
All right. Clap it up. Come on. Let's give him a Power family welcome. Aaron, I just saw you walk in. Aaron is in the building. Clap it up for Aaron, everybody. Y'all know Aaron. Aaron, can you tell us what's coming up next in our health and wellness department? Clap it up for Aaron. We're going to play some more games. I see Cicely back there. Cicely, I'm going to come to you because you got something on that table back there. I don't know what's happening, but we're going to hear from Aaron. What's up, Aaron? What's going on?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Clap it up for my colleague, Aaron.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing
I know y'all
out there?
don't recognize me. Got these glasses on over here.
Well, you know, it's so bright outside.
Yeah. You put my pinky down.
Well,
Put my pinky. Let me put my pinky
I try to be
down.
cool, too.
Yeah. So how's things going in health and wellness? What's been happening?
Everything is going well. So last night we had...
All right, y'all hold on a minute. Y'all gonna miss something.
Uh-oh.
Y'all gonna miss something. Okay, go ahead.
So last night we had an event called Caring Forward.
Caring Forward?
Caring Forward.
Okay.
Which is a division of our palliative care dinner series.
Okay, you keep right on talking.
So I felt like, okay, well, we did the palliative care dinner series, and we were honoring caregivers for a whole year. And within that series, we talked about the social components, the medical components. We had a power of attorney series, and we had so many other series, but there was one series one part of palliative care that I forgot that I didn't tap into.
Okay.
So that was the chaplain side of palliative care.
Okay.
So last night we had Dr. Elijah and Dr. Pamela. They came and they talked to us about faith, healing, and medicine, and how our faith kind of influences our medical decisions.
Yes.
So last night, one of the recurring themes that I heard was, if you are a person of faith and you say, hey, you know what, Doc, according to my faith, this is how I choose to take care of my loved ones. And if your physician does not honor that, they said that it's okay to find another doctor because, number one, you're paying for it.
That's right.
So if you're paying for something, for a service, and you don't feel comfortable with that physician,
get another one.
It can be from your faith, or if you don't believe that the doctor is doing a certain thing that you require.
Yeah.
They said it's okay to choose another physician. You do not have to be under that physician. And then what will happen to you? It causes mental stress. Physical stress and all that thing. So we dealt with the spiritual component of that, and I don't want to get into it because I want you all to come out in August. We don't have that date yet.
Okay.
But we will make sure that we will get that date to you all soon. But when I tell you, it was some nuggets that was dropped in this place last night. It was amazing.
What was your takeaway?
Well, you know what? My takeaway, and I had this big old pan of pasta. It was like lime chicken pasta.
Oh.
Ooh, and I tell you, man, listen. As soon as I go home, I'm going to heat that pasta up. I'm going to wear it out. So one of my takeaways from the event is that, okay, we're made up of three parts.
Yes.
We're body, we're soul, or your mind.
Yes.
And we are also spirit as well.
Yes.
But there are some things in the Bible that points to going to physicians, and also it kind of alludes to or points to that it's okay to have a physician, it's okay to have a therapist.
Yes.
And you are still saved, you are still a Christian, you are still this and that. So that was one of the takeaways from the event last night. So regardless if you are in physical pain, go to the doctor. So pain is kind of designed to tell us, hey, something is wrong. Let me have faith enough to go to the doctor, because first of all, God gave man the knowledge to do what they do.
That's right.
So if you feel a pain, listen, if I stub my toe,
my God,
I've
done it many times.
Listen.
You ever separated your pinky toe on a chair?
I hate that.
The whole body.
Ooh. I want
Yes,
to tell you,
sir.
it's something else. So if I feel something that I have never felt before, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I need to go get this checked out. And then on the flip side, if you are dealing with some emotional and mental things that you can't sort out by yourself, it's okay to get a therapist.
Absolutely.
Sit down. Actually, I think the Bible talks about there is safety in the multitudes of counsel.
Yes.
So, it's okay to go ahead and talk to somebody and confess. And sometimes confessing is not like telling all your business.
Yeah.
It's saying, hey, I'm confessing that something is wrong with me and I need to get this straightened out.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things that I gleaned from last night. But August, we're going on a whole another round. So you please be there, so I'll make sure that all the information is sent to everybody via email. And then also sometime maybe early August, check out our website, brightstarcommunity.com, and go underneath the event tabs and just keep your eye out on it. So it's coming soon.
The whole summer.
Man.
Just go on every day like it's the newspaper, because it's always something.
Always something.
Always something happening at Bright Star Community Outreach. Can you give it up for my colleague, Aaron Williams, in our health department? All right. We're getting ready to give away some gift cards, and you got your tickets. Everybody got your tickets. What time is it, Joe? Is it that time? Yeah. It's what time? 1:45? All right. I want y'all to turn around and look at this camera right here. We about to say goodbye to our online audience. Everybody wave and smile. If you want to donate to the work we do in Greater Bronzeville, go on our website, brightstarcommunityoutreach.com. Click that donate button. Any amount of donation would be a big help to keep programs like this and others moving forward. Clap your hands for Bright Star Community Outreach. We'll see you in 2 weeks.